Survivor Series War Games 2024 Premium Live Events Women's War Games match will feature Rhea Ripley leading the babyface side. Inside the merciless framework, Mammy's squad and Liv Morgan's team will engage in combat at the next show. The members of Rhea's squad will include Bianca Belair, Io Sky, Bayley, and Naomi, while Morgan's team will consist of Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, Tiffany Stratton, and Raquel Rodriguez. Although Ripley's squad has dominated in the lead up to the match, the outcome is still very much up in the air. To be more specific, there are several signs that the babyfaces will lose to the heels at the next PLE. It seems like Team Rhea will not be able to win the 2024 Women's War Games match, despite how strong they appear on paper. If Rhea Ripley's squad is going to lose at WWE Survivor Series War Games 2024, there are 3 telltale clues that they will. Ego clashes are common when huge performers with strong personalities work together. The team's progress toward its objectives is often hindered when one team member is unwilling to give up control and follow the lead of another. Teams who don't seem strong on paper often surprise everyone by pulling off the upset thanks to their exceptional teamwork. The Women's War Games match at WWE Survivor Series War Games 2024 seems to be following this pattern. Fans had Team Rhea Ripley as the clear favorites, but the babyfaces have been arguing and squabbling all along. In contrast, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae, and Nia Jax have all come to terms with the fact that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez were once enemies. The War Games squad that Rhea Ripley assembled for WWE Survivor Series War Games 2024 is highly regarded, but they will face formidable opponents. In addition to Candice LeRae, Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, and 2 world champions Liv Morgan and Nia Jax, Team Rhea will be up against a veteran in Candice LeRae and a powerhouse in Raquel Rodriguez. The heels are heavy favorites to win and go back on track after Bianca Belair pinned Morgan and Jax in the previous month, and Ripley had a great booking against the current women's world champion. Also, the babyface team's post-Survivor Series War Games 2024 plots, like Rhea and Io Sky's pursuit of Liv Morgan and the tension between Belair, Naomi, and Bayley, would be far more intriguing if the babyface team lost. An unknown attacker assaulted Jade Cargill a little over 1 week before to Survivor Series War Games 2024. After being transferred to the hospital, the Storm was discovered lying down backstage and was later diagnosed with several critical injuries. A lot of people started to wonder who attacked her because of this, and the majority of those people turned out to be her own supporters. At Survivor Series War Games 2024, this can indicate that one of the team members is about to turn traitor. The gang might lose the match if anybody from Bianca Belair to Naomi or Bayley is found out to have been the culprit, because the other team would have claimed responsibility for Cargill's injuries if the assailant had been on their side. The angle's obtuseness raises the possibility of a major schism between the babyface squad in Vancouver, Canada. The Women's War Games fight between Rhea Ripley's side and the other is sure to be a hot topic as fans eagerly await WWE Survivor Series War Games 2024. Ripley is a captivating superstar in WWE, known for her leadership and domination as a member of the Judgment Day. She is also a former champion and a recognized force. Even though she has a stellar reputation, there are a number of indicators that her squad may not win this year. Battle Games is more than just a physical contest. It's also a test of strategy, stamina, and collaboration, and it takes place within a huge steel cage with 2 rings. The event is quickly approaching, and Ripley's and her team's weaknesses are starting to show. Here are 3 telltale clues that Rhea Ripley's squad may not be able to make it through WWE Survivor Series War Games 2024 unscathed. Cohesive collaboration is more important than individual supremacy in War Games. Even though Rhea Ripley has repeatedly shown that she is unbeatable in solo competition, her team relationships remain a point of contention. Word on the street is that her hand-picked partners are experiencing some serious internal strife, with jealousy and egos getting in the way of their teamwork. Since a few weeks ago, Ripley has had a hard time bringing her team together, which consists of individuals with strong personalities and who may not always agree with one another. Disagreements, whether caused by ego clashes or residual animosity from previous plots, might lead to disastrous consequences. For instance, Ripley's intense style may not be compatible with the level of play shown by Judgment Day's stablemate Lyra Valkyria or Indy Hartwell, who are both inexperienced in high-stakes contests such as War Games. Also adding fuel to the fire are rumors that Ripley and Zoe Stark, another WWE talent who is said to be joining her squad, are secretly at odds with each other. If they aren't completely in sync, they risk miscommunication in the cage, which might give their opponents an advantage. The difference between winning and losing in a game like War Games might be as little as one slip-up. Rhea Ripley may be one of the most powerful personalities in WWE, but her inflated sense of self-confidence might end up hurting her. Ripley, in her role as team leader, often demands compliance from her comrades, but she runs the risk of having her independence and good judgment work against her. Ripley's haughtiness has served her well and badly throughout her career. It has propelled her to legendary wins and championship gold, but it has also obfuscated her perception of the frailties in people around her. If Ripley continues to portray herself as the team's undisputed leader, she runs the danger of diminishing the value of her coworkers' efforts. Also, Ripley might end up taking extra risks during the encounter since she is so focused on proving her superiority. The unpredictable nature of War Games means that even the most powerful players might become overwhelmed if they try to take on too much. Ripley risks leaving her allies open to counterattacks if she chooses to play the hero and takes on several enemies at once or leads the assault too forcefully. This arrogance might perhaps permeate Ripley's choice of squad as well. Even if she'll choose reliable companions, she can put her own goals ahead of team strategy and end herself unprepared for the coordinated attack of her enemies. Rhea Ripley's squad has zero momentum going into Survivor Series, War Games, which is a huge red flag. In WWE, the building of storylines and the perceived power of the competitors are both reflected in momentum, which is crucial in deciding the result of big events. Her squad has been underwhelming as of late, which is bad news for Ripley. The players of Ripley's squad have had a tough time winning their games by a comfortable margin in recent weeks. They aren't feeling confident, and their opponents are getting a psychological advantage because of that. For example, Ripley's opponents may be well positioned to take the lead in War Games if they have been winning consistently and established their domination on Raw or SmackDown, under the leadership of a strong captain like Becky Lynch or Bianca Belair. In addition, the squad facing you in Survivor Series has been very cohesive, but Ripley's squad has struggled due to doubtful strategy, last-minute roster changes, and general unpredictability. This discrepancy between planning and carrying out might provide the advantage to the other side. Ripley herself is another consideration. Despite her continued dominance as the Women's World Champion, she's been overworked due to her involvement in many plotlines. Ripley may not be in peak condition right now, what with defending her championship, juggling her part in the Judgment Day, and now getting ready for War Games. Her capacity to guide her side to victory in such a taxing competition may be compromised by this mental and physical exhaustion. Wild cards, such as surprising betrayals, surprise returns, or unknown participation, often tip the scales in War Games, which is known for its unpredictability. This year, the talk among fans is that the other side may have an unexpected new member. The match's dynamics may be completely changed if Ripley's opponents were to include Jade Cargill or Charlotte Flair. The shadow of treachery hangs over the whole squad, even Ripley's own. WWE is known for its unexpected twists, and the high-stakes atmosphere of War Games is ideal for a surprise reversal. Not only would Ripley's teammates lose the battle if she betrays them in the middle of it, but it would also set the stage for future plots where Ripley is the antagonist.